Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We are right next to the place where the Duke is having his hearing about the Animancy. However, now, before we enter, I've just seen that Adair has an option to talk to him, and I want to do that before, because that is something a bit more important, in my opinion.
Hope I didn't seem ungrateful back there in the battlefield. And you went out of your way.
You had a lot on your mind.
Got real close. Didn't expect that. For a second, I thought I was gonna finally see some answers. Foolish, of course. And why should I get answers? There's a world of Aethasians out there, don't know if their god's been blown up. Still, man can't help looking back. Guess you'd know that well as anyone.
Kinda. Adair stares off, focusing on some distant thing unseen and unrealized.
I might have turned my back on my god when he needed me. That's all I'll ever know.
What would your brother have to say about that?
He'd tell me to trust him. Of course, it'd be a lot easier if I knew it was mine. But, maybe I don't need to. Something to think about, I guess.
I guess too. Alright,
Yeah?
let's head inside and see about that hearing. Duke Ava Wolfgren. The room below is animated amidst a heated debate. All the representative groups are easily discerned in the crowd. Crucible knights, stiff in their noisy armor, sit in one section. In another are well-dressed members of House Terminal, casual, watching with a predator's interest. Still elsewhere are the ramshackle dozens, who have made no special effort to dress up for their liege lord. Interspersed are animancers in their academic's robe, with expressions either sour or concerned.
Well then, answer me this, Master Barash. If you Animancers represent our best hope to cure the legacy, what progress can you demonstrate?
As I've said, it isn't about progress, it's about potential.
My house would agree, Your Grace. We see great potential in its future.
And I suppose your blazing profits during the legacy don't have nothing to do with that, do they, Dominel? You can't have it both ways no more! Animancy goes, or this country goes!
So you admit, Master Barask, that Animancy is no closer to stopping the legacy than it ever was.
No, we've had many promising experiments. Cadman Azo has shown...
Cadman Azo murdered a child. For a complete failure. We should be hanging him right now for what he done. The dozens won't stand for it.
The experiment failed, yes, but his work...
Ah, our new delegate from the Knights of the Crucible. What makes you say sabotage?
Oh, I should have read that before clicking on that. I was just so much into the conversation. So basically I said this was sabotage. I met a false patient in Brackenberry Sanitarium who had tampered with Azo's machinery.
The fuck's that even matter? These are people who would toy with the lives of our children.
Indeed. Even assuming there was sabotage, is this Animancer Azo not still accountable here?
Cadman Azo. I do believe that his ethics were not taken into account. So, Kedman Azu, isn't that the guy who's like, I don't remember who he was, that was he the guy who was in control of everything? Let me just check that on the internet, because my character should know that, but since I played this like an eternity ago, like 2 weeks ago probably, I won't know. Okay, yeah, he is the guy I was talking about. Okay, yeah, I believe he shouldn't. He should be held guilty. I'm going for the rational one because I believe that will help me. Those who know me around here know me to be fair in judgment. Catman also should be held guilty.
Exactly! Look at what happened in Heritage Hill. Our supposed protectors from Crucible Keep can't even clean up the messes Animancy leaves!
Your Grace, we'd have a much easier time of it if our knights weren't so occupied trying to keep their organization from igniting a revolution on our very doorstep.
Heritage Hill is blood on your hands, Justiciar! You turn a blind eye, and look what happens!
Let me see. I have been to Heritage Hill since the quarantine. Though the knights were unable to control the damage, it was not Animancy, but an ancient machine that caused it.
You've some strange taste in travels, friend. The height of your tales expands with every breath.
I have a lot of might. What would that mean? No. Aggressive? No, I go for honest. My word is my oath. I challenge anyone here to find someone who knows different.
I had heard whispers of a new delegate set to attend today's hearing. I admit that your candor was mentioned more than once. Tell us what you saw in Heritage Hill.
Ternoneth houses an Engwithan machine that holds dominion over the flow of souls. It was this machine that made the district undead.
Even if it is as you say, we have testimony that a group of animancers had been spending time there. Surely their tinkering had something to do with this.
They followed ambition blindly, taking few precautions and allowing personal feelings to get in the way of solving the problem.
But the very purpose of these experiments is to understand. So these dangerous things can be used responsibly.
This is what it comes down to, Your Grace. Whatever their intentions, Animancy's a pox. It makes a fucking wreck of everything.
I believe the problem here is that they're not taking precautions enough. If they can't do that, they shouldn't continue. But I believe that Animancy is doing good work if you can hold up the ethics and precautions.
We all know what Widewind's legacy's really about. And it ain't about some sparkling saint from Creed Ceres who's mad because he took a stroll down the wrong bridge.
Wrong bridge indeed.
It's about a bunch of so-called intellectuals fucking with the natural order while the rest of us gotta suffer for it.
Is it, though? Should we not take the time to reach a clear conclusion? I mean, what proof do we have?
My son and daughter are buried beneath the floor of my house. We don't own no land, so that's where we lay them. My son. My wife let him slip when she was bathing him. Got water in his lungs he couldn't cough up. My daughter? We put her to bed one night, and the next morning she wasn't breathing. This Hollowborn thing, it ain't ending. And it ain't ending because we still let these charlatans play God. There's your proof, you damn copper fucker!
Enough, Adric. Lady Dominel makes a point. If it's Animancy, then why do the other states that permit the practice not suffer the same fate? Who among us can say he truly understands why the legacy has taken hold here?
The grieving mother reaches toward your mind with hers. Bring order to the chaos here. I can. Crowd begins to mutter, the sound taking a doubtful character. Right idea, Watcher. Take this hearing by the curly ones, don't waste your chance. Waidwind's legacy is the creation of the Latin Keep. Cateman Azor's downfall was their work, as was the tower in Heritage Hill. They want you to do this. They want Animancy to fall. The dull muttering expands into a din of skepticism that fills the hall. I have seen them in the ruins of Erglanfath, operating machines that disrupt and redirect the flow of souls, near towns like Gilded Vale and Deerford, where the legacy is universal. As a watcher, I have heard their dead confess their plot. They are stealing the souls of the unborn.
Beasts. Another lunatic at the hearing. Did you remember to lock your sanitarium before you left, Master Barask?
The room laughs. Let me see. I could say that, but that would be like not nice, to be honest. And I want to be nice to the Knights of the Crucible because they're my allies. You shame your order by dismissing the truth about before hearing it, madam. I expected better from the Crucible Knights. From the Knights of the Crucible.
You must know, friend, that the Leaden Key is a mantle for small-time ruffians and children at play. I'm not saying you're a liar. Not yet. But you'd better start making sense of all this. Help us believe you.
Indeed, that's what I want to do. I could go for honest 3. It's probably the best what I can do, but let me see. What's more likely? The gods are destroying Deerwood for a science practiced in many parts of the world. The Leaden Key is very real. Let's say a lord is cuckolded by his wife. We all want the same thing here. Honest. If you know anything about me, you know this. I have been called many things, but never a liar. An honest witness is the best piece of evidence you have in this matter.
The only piece of evidence.
The only piece of evidence that doesn't send your kind to the gallows, you mean?
You've made an unexpected case, friend. I'll say that much. It seems we have a new possibility to consider, at the very least. How was it you came to learn all this?
Well, I'm friends with the Knights, so let's say that. The Knights of the Crucible were instrumental in aiding my investigation.
I see. I'm impressed the Knights seized such an unlikely opportunity to find an end to all of this. But these hearings are about more than Widewind's legacy, even though that is our most pressing concern. Let's say for the moment that I were to take you at your word that our friends in Brackenbury Sanitarium and their peers bear no responsibility for this curse upon my country. I'm curious, what would you do if you were in my position?
Okay, there's nothing that is unlocked by anything. Let me just see. I'll go for the third option. The Animancers of Deerwood have been given too long a leash. The practice should be restricted and controlled.
Very well. That is all I wish to hear. Not just from you, but from everyone. Many days we've been at this. It is time we put it to rest. I want to thank the delegations for helping me collect my thoughts. And our new delegate, who has warned us of a new possibility that must be looked into. The time has come to choose a direction for the Deerwood. I am ready to make my pronouncement.
I hope he's following our suggestion.
Ramir de Barash, representing the interests of Animancers in Deerwood, step forward.
Your Grace.
Who's that?
Regardless of its effects on the legacy, these hearings have made it clear that Animancy is a scourge in its own right.
Forgive me, Your Grace. We will accept no judgment but our own.
What's he doing?
Okay.
No, wait!
Stop this at once!
Well, the Leaden Key has made it. Even before the Duke could say anything.
I've given you every chance to end this pursuit. Shall I end it for you? Another time. I am already late.
They won't believe us now. Oh. The words, "Shall I end it for you?" ring in your ears. You find yourself gasping for breath, struggling to keep your own balance. You drop to a knee and watch as Thaos hurries out of the building. The world dims around you, the screams and clashing of the weapons fading to silence. All that remains are the words.
Shall I end it for you?
Thaos stands at a pulpit high above an assembly of robed onlookers, you among them, clustered around a wide circular pit carved of stone. He addresses a woman bound backward over a large iron wheel overlooking the great stone maw. Many of the woman's fingers and toes are severed, and the bottoms of her feet are charred black. The skin on one side of her face looks like melted candle wax, black and red and seeping, and the angle of her back suggests a spine in ruins. Yet for all that, her expression betrays little of her anguish.
I am already at peace, Grand Inquisitor. Are you?
Her eyes are barely open and her words come between strangled breaths, but they are steady, unbroken.
So be it. If you desire no end, you shall have none. I find you guilty of heresy. May the eternal prison bar your soul from passage, for it is beyond redemption.
He nods to a hooded attendant who begins untying her from the wheel. Diego was granted dominion of the sleepers. What is this? You open your eyes to the beam ceiling of the palace's ground entry hall. The clangs of metal striking metal wafted in from outside alongside the cries of the injured as you stagger to your feet. Theos is gone. Diego, we need to get moving. Heravias hovers next to you, his head scanning about with nervous energy while he pulls on your clothing. Come on, no sense in standing around. Off to one side you can hear the clinging rustle of chainmail, and you look over to see a wounded guard slumped against the wall. He's trying to say something seemingly directed at you, but at first it is too faint to hear. He gathers his breath and manages to rasp out a few words. Lady Webb, she's the only. She must be told. She knows what to do. Please, find her. Tell her everything. The guard passes out and slides to the floor still. Return to Brackenbury and tell Lady Webb and Hadrian House what happened. Well, I guess we can't go enter the place again. Unlocking this will require the proper key. Yeah, I guess not. Holy hell. Yeah, so the lead key managed it. Sidley, can you say something? Don't go out there, there's rioting in the streets. Really? But we have to. We have to. Okay, wow. Stand down, we don't want to fight you. Can we talk to this guy? You picked your side. Okay. Well, we gotta leave as fast as we can to Lady Webb, yeah? What is the easiest way? Yeah, if we go to Heritage Hill, that is probably the fastest. Ah, well, we can't actually go there. So I guess Brackenbury is the way to go. At least they don't attack us, that's something. Well, it looks like the Animancers are like taken down for real now. Animancer's boots, minus spellbinds, jolting touch, shock proved. I'll take this one. What is jolting touch? Shock. Jolting touch, 3 per rest. Shock damage, well, boots of stability. I think I'll take the Animancer ones. I hope no one is objecting me for that. I hope no one thinks that... Oh, I did not take it, okay. Let me see, maybe for you those would be good. Boots of stability... No, you already have good ones. Stack paralyzed hobbled, prone, push attacks. I think the Fen Walkers are better for you. Who's also going into close range? No one from here currently, so I'll keep it for Palagina. Yeah, they're burning down that house. Justicia, I'm sorry. What?
Gods keep you.
You weren't at the hearing today. You were at the hearing today. You spoke well in there. What happened here? The Animancers, some of them tried to get out of the back of the sanitarium through one of the windows. I couldn't let them go. Why did you do this? The Duke, he tried to do what's best and they killed him for it. Happened right in front of me. If you knew that it wasn't the Animancers. I know we're supposed to be keeping the order, but the Knights are on the wrong side of this. Animancy's too dangerous. It's just like you said. I have to go. He nods. The streets aren't safe. Good luck to you, stranger. I'm going to stay and watch the place burn. I want to remember what we accomplished here today. I'm wondering if I had said let them go unscathed or let them go out, they would have attacked me now. Maybe. So maybe it's good that we said they have too long of a leash. So that people know we're not against Animancy as it is, but we just don't like how they practice it. And I think, I don't know if that helped us, but I hope they didn't kill her. But it looks like they killed our friend. I don't know. I don't see him. There are just corpses here. It doesn't say who is who. Let's get up and see if she's alive still. Oh, doesn't look like she's still alive, but we have a ghost here. Yeah, she's dead, but we can talk to her ghost. Lady Webb lies still in her bed, an ornate cushion propping her back upright. The blood pooled beneath a gash in her chest is tacky and nearly dry. A shattered glass rests on the floor beneath her dangling hand. You can feel the faint aura of her fading essence in your ken. Reach out for it. You make contact and are immersed in a torrent of sensory input and experience. When it calms, you find yourself in the same room, lying in bed with a glass of brandy in your hand. Through the walls from the streets outside come the sounds of screams and shattering glass and the cacophony of an angry mob. You take a sip and it warms your gullet. Across the room, the door opens behind the patient. Steady push. Into the room walks Theos, the floorboards creaking beneath deliberate steps. So he actually went to her, yeah. You wait until the last of the brandy has trickled down your throat before you speak. I was a fool
to think I could tame these people.
I'm sorry. Sometimes it's spoken, sometimes not. Let's continue.
You came closer than most.
A fine epitaph.
No worse than any.
You are concentrating, focusing with all of your energy. It feels as though you are diving into a stone wall over and over, but it cracks suddenly, unexpectedly, allowing the vaguest wisp of a thought to leak through.
What's in Twin Elms?
Did you pull that from my thoughts?
I've had time to practice.
Ah.
He walks over to a small table and raises a half-empty brandy bottle to eye level. He seems to approve of the selection and begins to reach for an empty glass.
I was saving that for someone.
Pity. You know this is how it has to be.
His words come freely, absent of all doubt. He draws a long curved knife from his belt, smeared with fresh blood. With his left hand he gently pins your sternum as he raises the knife in the other, its point dangling above your heart.
Prove it.
Thea slips the knife between your ribs and pushes it through. Layers of tissue separate with brittle, papery stiffness and blood wells up around the blade. A pulse of reflex causes you to drop your glass to the floor, and you hear it shatter. With the last of your strength, you take his knife hand in both of yours, a question radiant in your mind. And this is the end of Act 2. For an instant, to your great surprise, the pathway to his mind is left open to you, unguarded, and the answer comes. Simple, cataclysmic in its reordering of your thoughts. As Lady Webb, you feel as though you have an answer you've searched for all your life, but in your own mind, understanding lies just beyond your reach. You look at Theos with the wide eyes of someone seeing for the first time and draw your last breath as a black, velvety darkness descends over you.
Smoke rises above the city walls in billowing plumes that blacken the sky like a storm. Behind the walls, the riots rage on. Known patrons of Animancy are forced into hiding as looters ransack their estates and make off with their possessions. Animancers are torn away from their families and dragged from their homes to be stoned to death in the streets. Word had spread immediately that Duke Avar had been assassinated, and that an Animancer was to blame. The city wasted little time in exacting revenge, and little effort into evaluating guilt. In the center of it all, Brackenberry Sanitarium burned. And down the lane, Hodred House, the last bastion of stability in the Deerwood, had fallen silent. Now safely outside the city gate,
Your path points eastward to Twin Elms, where Theos is bound, for reasons that remain mysterious as the leaden key itself.
Twin Elms it is. The Hermit of Haldred House. Quest complete. The assassin at large. Thous has killed the Duke and Lady Webb and sent Defiance Bay into chaos. But Lady Webb saw where he intended to go next, to the city of Twin Elms. It is there I must go if there's any chance of catching up to him. Travel to Twin Elm. This is something we will do, but we will not do that now. We also have an update here. Ringfinger. Needham was a clanfather murderer who was notorious for both his brutality and his ability to avoid capture by the tribe's best hunters. When he was finally captured and put to death, his body was buried in a secret place near Cleaban Relac. Rio had given the unusual recommendation in the hopes that the Engwithan ruins would capture the killer's soul and prevent it from returning to the wheel. During a recent cleansing celebration, an Orlan child stumbled across Needham's grave. Not realizing what she had found, she told her parents, who guessed what it was, and in turn told other members of their tribe. Within a day, Needham's burial site had been plundered by a few foolhardy Clanfathans. The body carried away for ritual purposes. All that remained was the ring finger from his right hand. The Anam father opposed the use of Needham's body for preparing sacred objects and will reward anyone who could return it to them. This is what we set Aloth out to do. The hunt for Needham's remains proved difficult, as the Clanfathans lied incessantly to cover for those who were responsible. And Orlan Prishelgwyn helped Aloth sort the truth out, eventually recovering every part of the dead murderer's body. Though the Clanfathans were more than willing to lie about what they had done, none of them turned violent when Aloth and the Prishelgwyn confronted them, and Anam Fath ordered the Prishelgwyn to bury the body in a new location that was less well-traveled than the paths near Cleaban Relac. Upon returning to Kednua, Aloth realized that the Anam Fath had never asked for Needham's ring finger to be returned. So we have the ring, the finger. Major Spellbind Mind lies off Constitution, alright. Interesting. Here we still have to wait until it's completed. Alright, I'm gonna end the episode here. And, yeah. In the next one, we will go back to Kednua and continue with the Endless Paths. And once we can't go on with that, we'll do the DLC, the White Marsh. After that, we will go back to Stonewall Gorge and go then towards Twin Elms. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode of Pillars of Eternity. Until then, bye bye.